everyone, today I'm going to be showing you a couple ways, or actually a more direct way of using some distress ink. I'm using two of those seasonal distress inks that I used in Tuesday's video. Starting out with Ice Spruce. I'm using my page protector again, and I'm just going to put it over my work surface here. And then I've got the ink and an ink blending tool. And similar to what I did with that music pattern paper, I'm just going to go around the edges and bring some of the color in. It's totally okay if you can see some of the blending strokes, because we're going to get rid of those. Okay, now I've got all the edges and a little bit into the center just by using the blending tool. And now I'm going to take a stamp. I'm using this one from Arts. This is the holiday background stamp. I'm going to stamp that directly on, or rather, I'm going to use the paper and put it directly on the stamp. So I'm putting this stamp just directly onto my work surface with it face up. I'm just going to ink it up really well. Okay, and I'm going to lay this down straight onto the stamp. Really press that in. And just lift up. Now I have a really fun tone-on-tone effect. Okay, I'm going to take this, and this is actually a standard size card size, so it's 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2. I'm just going to take a little bit off each edge. A little bit of the inking will come off the edges, but it's totally okay. I'm not taking a ton off. I'm using a clear acetate card from Arts. I'm going to adhere this straight onto the front of the card, and then I'll put some white paper on the back so that any of this ink that came on the back or anything like that will show. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. So I put some white cardstock on the inside just to cover up anything that I adhered on the front. And now I'm going to take a silver Uniball Signo Broad pen, and I'm going to go around the edges of this piece of cardstock that we've stamped. I'm going to go around with a dashed line. It's going to be really subtle, but when the recipient looks at it in the light and kind of moves it around, the silver will come out really nicely. Okay, so if you can see the little dashed lines, they look better depending on how you look at it. Okay, so I have this little shape that I've cut out with my Silhouette cutting machine. The Silhouette Cameo machines are in the store right now, so I thought this would be a good idea to show you how intricately it can cut. So I have this little wreath, and I'm going to take some Distress Stickles, the clear rock candy. I'm going to put a little blob on my page protector, just like that. And I'm going to take my finger, and I'm just going to very lightly just dab it in a couple spots. Okay, and then I'm going to pick it up off the surface. I don't want it to stick there, so I'm just going to move it to another part of the page protector. I'm going to set this aside while it dries. Have some white Neenah cardstock, and I'm going to take the Festive Berries, the same seasonal distress inks, and I'm just going to get it really inked up. Similar to what we did on Tuesday, just making it so the whole paper is red. Okay. I'll let that dry completely, and then I'm going to put this through my Silhouette and just cut out a bunch of little circles to be berries on the wreath. Okay, so now I'm going to take this little wreath. It's had time to dry. I think it's nearly completely dry. I'm just going to be really careful with it. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to put little dots of glue in different areas of the wreath, because I want to make sure that it's not going to be pulling up at all on the card, but I don't want any glue showing either. So I'm just putting little itty bitty dots. Turn this over, and I'm going to put it in the center, but a little bit more up to the top. I'm just going to press that down. In fact, if you want to make this card at home, it might be best to wait to do any of the stickles until the very end. I wasn't sure how I was going to be adhering this, so I just went ahead and did it right away, but it would be much easier if you waited until later. Okay, and from my Silhouette I have those little berries that I cut out. Okay, and I'm going to put a little dot on the wreath and then the little berry on top. I'm just going to add a bunch of little berries all around. Okay, I purposely left this area up here out because I'm going to poke a hole and do some baker's twine. Using some baker's twine from Doodlebug, and I'm just going to just wrap that around, and then I'm going to tie it in a bow. Right. Okay, now's the time to do more of that distress stickles. Alright, the last thing to do is put white paper inside on the front and back so that I can write a message inside for the recipients. Okay, so I have the white inside, it's on the back as well. You could even do more of this color for the back if you wanted, but there's a clear card. It's not exactly clear, but it does kind of have the floating panels, which look kind of neat. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on Tuesday for another Simon Says Stamp video. Thanks for watching.